Hey everyone, how you doing? Sorry, I was staring at the screen. I think I mentioned this quite a lot in that there's always like a 20, 30-second delay between what I say and do and what then goes live out to all of you. So I was just reading some of the comments between Gary, Richard, George, Brian. Pickstar noticed his name in there as well. How are you all doing? And don't forget to hit like. Hey, the countdown has begun, right? 4 hours and 15 minutes until we have the big reveal, the Elemental Roadmap. Who here is excited about the Elemental Roadmap? I'm telling you, I am super, super hyped for it. Okay, I'm looking really, really forward to it. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? Me and Paul were just exchanging messages right now. So he's watching it, I'm watching it. You know, a lot of people are going to be watching it. Hey, Arnad, let me just change my window for a moment. It won't affect any of you, but I've just got to change my window so I can see the comments a little bit better. Hey, great. Yep, smash the like button. Arnad from Oregon, how you doing? Hey, Emmanuel, hope you're all right. Hey Pickstar, hey Gene, how you Claudius? Today is going to be an ass-kicking day, I think, right? We have got the Elemental Roadmap. Are we going to get something that makes us all do this at the end of it, where we're like this? Or are we going to be like going, is that it? Is that all you had to tell us? It's like, I tell you what, my excitement levels are like peak right now. Which is probably not peak, is what I could be excited about other stuff, but it is proper peaking up there, right? Hey, Mia, hope you're all right. Hey, do you know what, Pigstar? Wouldn't it be wicked if when they go into the live chat, hey, Charlie, hey, Akram, they kind of go broadcasting from the planet Uranus, right? Yep, do you know what? I never thought of it like that. Asking is ass kicking. Pigstar, I'm going to have to use that in a social media post. Jordan asked a question. What's the best way to customize a WordPress dashboard? Okay, Jordan, so here's where you have to think. Is this for you or is this for a client? So my question is this for you, Jordan, or is this for a client? Because I have two different answers here. Okay, I have two different answers. Hey, yeah, you got to feel the energy today, Mia. You got to make sure, come on, Mia, make sure make sure you're ready, dressed and ready. I'm assuming you're dressed, okay? We've got in just over 4 hours time, the Elemental Roadmap, right? Do you know what, Richard? I'll be really disappointed if it is just another Lottie thing, but I think we've got some big things coming on. Well, Mega Menu, Mega Menu on its own ain't going to be the big one, right? What I really hope we get is a post filter and a product filter. Post filter and product filter will be two biggies. I don't think we'll get CSS grid. I really don't. I also don't think we're going to get, well, I don't know. They might say to us that there's now like an upvoting system. A bit like what Bricks do, which I think will be a great win as well. But I really hope we get post filter and a product filter. Who's with me on that? Who's with me on the post and product filter? So Jordan, this is for a client. Okay, so Jordan, let's say you use a plugin or you use some code and you make the WordPress dashboard. You white label it with your logo and you put your fancy stuff on it and whatever. Let's just say you do all of that, okay? And then something happens to you. 4 p.m. Charlie. 4 p.m. Charlie, if you go to the Web Squadron Facebook group, there's a link over there. I've put a link in. 4 p.m., right? Exactly, Charlie, right? You know what I'm saying, Charlie? Product and post filter would be big game changers. Seriously, big, heavy-duty game changers for me. Hey, M Hoaxster. Hope they make cloud hosting better. M Hoaxster, I don't think that's happening. I was talking to someone this morning at 9:30 our time. They're on Elemental Cloud, and their speed is like this. Their page speed score is between 95 and 99. The page speed is brilliant, but their server speed is like that. Really, really bad fluctuation. So back to what's your name? Jordan Mingle. Okay. So Jordan Mingle, what happens if you get hit by a bus? What happens to that white labeling and dashboard customization? Can the client go in and undo it? Number one. Will the client be locked out? Number two. What's the fail safe? So I would say that you could. I think I've got something on my top there. I can see something on camera. Oh, there it is. There we go. You could do loads of fancy stuff, but you could actually make it bad. You can make it like bad in a way. Don't know how that explains, right? So I would say that is it really worth? Look, I'm not a fan of white labeling, all right? I've worked with too many clients. They worked with the previous developer, and the previous developer went and did stuff to the WordPress dashboard. They locked off stuff so you couldn't access the plugins. It was a mess. And I always say that what matters the most. So let me change the answer, right? Let me change my answer. I used to build reports and massive dashboards for hospitals, right? The hospital, the stakeholders, they want a statistical, mega powerful dashboard, right? That's the front end. That is the front end. No one cares about the fact that it's using Tableau reporting. It's got SQL queries and databases. There's a bit of Excel formula crunching going on somewhere so that we know what to feed into SQL. They don't care how ugly it looks behind. What they care about is what does everyone else see? What does everyone else see? And often, if you think about it, Jordan, right? If you just give them WordPress and they get stuck, you got videos, you got articles, you got blog posts, okay? You're empowering them. You decide, do they have admin rights, editor rights, author rights, writer rights, reader rights, whatever, right? Or just a subscriber. Hey, Aleph, you can control what they can and can't do to a point. However, if something happens to you, they're stuck. Or what if you fall apart? And I personally just think that, look, as far as I'm concerned, I'm building it, or I'm looking after it, or I'm their go-to person. That's the white label. The white label isn't a logo. The white label isn't a logo at the top of WordPress. The white label is my integrity and what I do for them. That's the white label. And that's how I like to think. That's literally how I like to think. It's a bit like, okay, if a builder comes and does my extension and I really like him and I'm going to use him again, right? The builder doesn't have to plaster his name into the wall. I know who he is. That's enough. In fact, I will go a step further. Do you know what I don't like? You know when you buy a car from a dealer? And then on the back window, the rear windscreen sometimes they've gone and there's a sticker on there and it's very difficult to get off. They've gone and put a sticker or a special windscreen that's got their name on it. Or when you get to the number plate has got the dealer's name in. And I'm a bit like, look, I bought the car from you. I like you. I'll come back to you. But I don't need your name on the window of my car. I don't need it on the number plate. Does anyone else feel like that? And that's how I feel about white labeling sometimes. I feel like, look, and a lot of you may disagree with me, by the way, so please do hit like. We're not getting enough likes today, people. Come on, smash that like. But that's what I would say. The white label for me is my integrity and what I do for them. I don't need to. I mean, there's only going to be about maybe 2 or 3 people from your client who access the website. So they're going to know who you are. They're going to know who you are. I don't need to keep reminding them, hey, Web Squadron, Web Squadron, Web Squadron, Web Squadron. In fact, I don't want them to remember who I am, because when there's a problem, I hope they forget and they don't trouble me. They kind of trouble me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's, and to be, I mean, so D, white labeling is like, let's say your client goes into the website and it might say D web agency somewhere, and it doesn't look like WordPress anymore. And like a client came to us because they had trouble with their developer. We then we got into their website after a while because they didn't know their access. We got into it. But the previous developer had hard code locked out access to the plugin. They locked it out. Went back to the host provider. We just couldn't get it sorted out. And we had to do the full-on. Many times we've had to do a full-on WordPress rebuild. And 9 times out of 10, the reason is because the previous developer started locking things down. And I tell you, man, they gave this client access to everything except user setup and plugins. Plugins. They locked them out from plugins. You couldn't even see it. It was removed from the dashboard. And I was like, I even spoke to a friend of mine who's really good on coding, and we went back and forth, and all of that. It was a pain. Yeah, absolutely, D. At the bottom, when you say designed by Web Squadron, that's not white labeling. That's just you saying you designed it or whatever. And I always say that sometimes that can always be, that can be enough. I'm really glad that a lot of you do feel the same way, because I was wondering, oh, maybe you like that. But I get really annoyed. I get really annoyed. It's like, I remember, we're going back about 5 years ago now. I was gonna get a car, and the car had on the back, near the boot, it had this like sticker. It was an Italian sticker, but it was an Italian garage dealer something. And I remember the other garage that was selling it was a second-hand car. They were like, oh yeah, they're a popular garage. I went, I don't care. I don't know who they are. I don't want that. Like, it wasn't even a sticker. It was like, how to explain, it basically sticks out. What's the name for it? It sticks out kind of logo, right? One of those, right? It's actually stuck on. And I said to them, can't you take that off? And they were like, yeah, but it damages the paintwork. And I was like, I'm not buying a car with a Italian car dealer thing on the back. I don't care if they're popular. I don't want it on the back of my car. Oh, I won't forget it. I'm not buying your car then. Funnily enough, they hid that when they took... I said, when I saw the photos, that wasn't there. Because you took the photo at a certain angle so you couldn't see it. Well, with the camera angle. Oh, bullshit. You hid it. Because you knew no one would come and look at it. Hey, do you know what, George? Now I know you're out there, and all of you. I'll be like, hey, George, master hacker. Hey, Michael, how you doing? So don't forget, in 4 hours' time, we've got the Elementor, the big reveal, everybody. It's the big reveal. It's the Elementor, roadmap. I think you should all start putting down, and be serious here, okay? Be serious now. Don't put anything jokey now. Let's get serious for a moment. What do you think is going to get revealed? Mega menus, probably. Product filter, post filter would be lovely. But what would you love to see? Am I going to do a video on the live chat? Well, that's the plan. That is the plan. However, it does depend on how I feel. So if I feel like, I really don't like anything they've said, I'm not going to bother doing a video. However, if they say something and I go, wow, this is big news, then I'll probably want to do a video about it. I don't think you're going to get CSS Grid, if I'm honest, Jordan. I have a bad feeling about CSS Grid. I got a bad feeling about this, right? But, well the thing is, Emmanuel, I'm not sure we're going to get major croco-blocky stuff, but if you really want to make the loop builder for the post and WooCommerce that they did now 2, 3, 4 months ago, you've got to reinforce it with the filter. And you know, Croco-Block, I love the team and all of that, but a lot of people sometimes go to Croco-Block because they want to get JetSmart filters and stuff like that. If you can now get that inside Elementor Pro, because Bricks Builder have got, hold on, Bricks Builder have got a product filter. They haven't got a post filter. Oh God, I can't remember now. Yeah, they've got a product filter. But you can get those two things in. Wow. And I said it last week. It better be good stuff. Ah. Aha. Yes. Whoa, dropped my cam. Yes, Pez. I like that. I completely forgot that. I mean, I was speaking to the person today where we were talking about their Elementor Cloud speed being up and down. They want to create a form. And George, you'll like to hear this. I pointed them to that Elementor... not the Elementor, the Forminator video I did on the back of... Do you remember when you helped steer me towards how we can hide the submit form on Forminator for conditional logic? Calculated logic is really, really good in Forminator. But if Elementor could bring that in as well, conditional and calculated logic into the form and decimal placing. Decimal placing in the form is an issue for some people. Wouldn't that be good? Hold on, Ocean WP just contacted me. What's this? Hold on. No, get lost. Don't. Why did Ocean? No, it's just one of the junk mail from Ocean WP. I don't care. Right, Menno. Where do I host? I use SiteGround. SiteGround is brilliant. I have no issue with speed, Menno. I have no issue. And I would often say though, like for instance, Menno, are you sure it's SiteGround is the issue? And it's not the website. I mean, I honestly have no issue with SiteGround. Seriously, I don't. Claudius, I love the roadmap to include product slider. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah, and that's the thing, you see. There's a lot of stuff. Look, there's going to be stuff in Breakdance we're never going to get in Elementor, and the same with Bricks, and likewise. So there's always going to be a bit of compromise, right? There's always going to be a bit of... Yeah, you remember, George. You do. There's always going to be... Don't forget to hit like. We've only got 17 likes. There's always going to be a bit of compromise. But I think we've all said for a very long time that there were some things missing that should have been in a long time ago. Flexbox, you know, stuff like that. Containers, mega menu, post filter, product filter, conditional logic... calculated logic in Elementor. You start to get that stuff in, and Elementor now feels more rounded as a article and product, right? When I'm building an Elementor website, let's just park performance and optimization, right? What other plugins will I maybe use to get more out of Elementor? Because I can't get it yet. Well, number one, I might need a blog filter. There you go. I might need a product filter. There you go. I might need a conditional calculated logic form. Right? That's 3 things there. Now, if we can cross those off, all of a sudden, I've just knocked off. I didn't catch that. Be quiet, phone. I've just knocked off 2 or 3 plugins. Hey, Mark. Right? And that's where I feel like... So I'm just going to look at the questions here. George, do you want me to tell you how Spammer helped me get paid? George, a Spammer helped you get paid? Is that their name, Spammer? I don't know, Richard, if they'll do a rebuild from the ground up. I don't know if they're there yet. Or maybe they are. Maybe this is the roadmap. You know, maybe they're behind the curve on it. But I think if they can sort out conditional logic, calculated logic, post filter, product filter. They get those 4 things right, sorted. Wow. Like, seriously, wow. Elementor now becomes much more rounded, okay? D, look, I mean, I don't want to be biased, okay, but I do like SiteGround. I really do. 20i are also quite good, but I really do like it. You know, they are really, really good. Yeah, I mean, the price increase, you know, with SiteGround, no one likes that. I hated that, but you are paying for something very, very reliable. Very, very reliable. We need Notes 2.0 Carapace. We do not need Notes. In fact, what we need is Notes -1.0. So basically, we need to have something that not only means it's forever deactivated, but also it completely removes it from Elementor experiments. So it's completely gone. It's completely gone. You know, when it comes to transferring a domain, Bodhi, that's pretty simple, because depends on where you've purchased a domain from. You just go in and change the DNS name, unless I'm misunderstanding. Sorry with that. So D says, what filtering can't you do with Elementor? Well, you don't have a built-in blog filter, and you also don't have a product filter. You have a category filter, which is the shit as shit. Yeah, it's so useless, that the category filters they give you. Oh, George, do you know something? I've been getting a lot of spam emails as well from SiteGround. People claiming to be SiteGround. Look, the advice I give to everyone, and you should know this, right? If you get any email, don't just click a link. Hover your mouse over the address and it will show a fake address, or hover over the link and you'll see it's a fake link. And if anyone ever says you got to go in here and you got to renew this and you got to do that, rather than going through the email, just log in to your own a new window with Amazon, with SiteGround, with whatever, right, with Elementor. Don't click these links, because so many people are phishing and cloning and all of that stuff. So always please be careful, because once you pay, the company who you thought it was, well, they don't actually owe you any responsibility. So, you know, they'll just say, well, you shouldn't have paid. Ruari Design, do you set clients up on their own account on SiteGround? Okay, so we used to host them and they pay for hosting. Now we would say to them, go and get it yourself. Mainly because if the relationship ever goes south, or you die, or they die, or whatever, or something goes wrong, or whatever, it's not your problem. I'm done with fixing host problem issues, because you know what? You lose 2 to 3 hours of your life for one little thing, and it's a headache. Because when you have a host problem, you can't just ignore it. Oh yeah, we'll come back to it. You have to get on it. Email's not going out. Server's gone down. It's a pain. Okay, so I would say we used to have a SiteGround shared server. We still have some legacy clients, but any new ones, we advise them. We tell them where to go. They have a choice. It's entirely up to them, but I will say, okay, here's the 2 or 3 I recommend you go with. No, I don't do reseller. No, we don't do that. I can't be bothered with that. I keep it. I'm basically saying to the clients, right, look, if you want to use that, go there. If you want to go there, go there. Okay. We do have a SiteGround in our website. We do have a SiteGround referral link. So if anyone buys it, yeah, we get a cut of that, but that's entirely up to them, right? That's entirely up to them. I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to be the one that says, you got to use this. You got to use this. Because then when it mucks up, they're going to come back and say, well, you made us use it. So I'm like, yeah, but no code creative, right? We do have legacy clients. So number 1, you got legacy clients, right? Number 2, that's for your hosting. Number 2, you'll have a care package. So you got recurring income there. You might have others that keep coming back to you word of mouth, or their existing clients, they always want changes. So you charge them for the change rather than they get lots of stuff for $100 a month. So in terms of recurring income, you can get like, that's not the be all and the end all sometimes. Just checking the comment. What's your favorite WordPress theme? Okay, Jordan. Hey, Tara Kangas. So if you're using Elementor, no, actually, I've got 3 themes. Right? Number 1, if you're using Elementor, go with Hello. Elementor, go with Hello. Yeah. If you're building a directory, the My Listing theme, My Listing, one word, really, really good. If you're using Bricks Builder, well, then Bricks Builder is your theme. So Hello, My Listing, or Bricks Builder. But 9 times out of 10, I'll just be using Hello. Because it's not a directory, we're not using bricks, it's an Elementor website. I don't need a pre-built theme with fancy stuff and settings, and I spend more time reversing the settings. I don't need that. And Brian makes a good point there as well about selling hosting. The thing about when you resell, you are right, the margins aren't great. You can increase it. But when you're reselling, right, so this is you, right, so this is you, and here's the client, and here's the, no, sorry, I got this wrong. Here's the client, here's you, and here's the host, right? And the client does not care that you bought their hosting via them and you're selling it on. They don't care, because you're the one they're paying. They're paying you. So when there's a problem, you might go, but it's not us, it's them. It's them. I contacted them, the live chat's down. I'm sending them emails, The client's going to go, I don't give a, right? The client don't care. Client's going to say, sort your act out, right? And if you don't sort your act out, they're coming for you, okay? They're coming for you. So that's why we're a bit like, it starts to become too much of a headache. Emmanuel, we have done a video on a directory website. We did one, the last one I did was about 7 months ago, I think. There's a My Listing video, almost start to finish, with installation, setup, optimizing it, using it with Elementor, adding listings, map, search facility, all of that stuff. So we've got a video on that. My Listing. Go to our YouTube channel, which I know you know where it is. Do a search for My Listing, one word, My Listing. Don't forget to hit like if you have not hit like already. And don't forget, in 3 hours and 45 minutes, we've got the Elemental Roadmap show. So My Listing, go watch it. That will hopefully talk you through all of that. Jordan, it's cycle of blame with the hosting company. Then the hosting company blame. Yeah, exactly. And this is what I mean. But at the same time, though, I have never had an issue with the host company blaming what we've built. And do you know why? Do you know why we've not had an issue with host companies blaming us? Do you know why? Because we keep it slim, right? We keep it slim. Elementor Pro, no third-party add-ons. We keep it slim, right? We have our SEO and our optimization stuff going on, but we keep it slim. Bricks Builder, we keep it slim. If you are going to go and use essential add-ons, exclusive add-ons, QI add-ons, happy add-ons, add-on, loads of stuff, and then the website starts to break or bloated or incompatibility or whatever, right? And all this stuff going all messed up, whatever. Of course your host company is going to come back and go, well, yeah, it's what the developer did. If you have built a website, by the way, hey Maddie as well, I'll come back to all the questions coming in. If you build a website for a client, okay, and the client is paying you for hosting and some form of maintenance, but you have not checked their website, Okay, someone in one of the groups wrote a post about how I updated Elementor and my whole website broke. Elementor is shit. Shit. Elementor is bad. My website broke. Rah! Then you look at the detail. They've updated to version 3.9. No, it was 3.9 at the time, not 3.10. It was 3.9, right? When you look at the finer detail, the last time that person updated the client's website was version 3.4. Can you see where I'm going with this? You got a client, you're not maintaining it. So when you make the jump from 3.4 to 3.9, there's so much that happened in between. Some features are depreciated or deprecated or whatever, right? Some things have changed. The theme might have changed. There's been plugins and stuff happening. So often the host will say, well, it's your developer. Developer's like, it's not me, it's Elementor. Elementor will go, well, it's not us. Our plugin is fine, 3.9. Have you got any third-party add-ons? Developer goes, I ain't got any third-party add-ons, so it must be you. And it's like this, finger pointing. Sometimes it is about due diligence by us. Sometimes it is a little bit about our methodology. So whenever there is an update, I don't update straight away. I will wait a week, make sure there's no issues before I update, right? I'll wait a week, but make sure things are updated eventually. Don't just leave them stagnating, because when you leave things to stagnate and then you do finally update, jumping from 3.4 to 3.9, don't care how perfect your hosting is or your theme or every other plugin you got, something will crack. And then everyone starts blaming everyone. And then it gets really messy. Hey, Pickstar, yep. I know I need to go get I have got a hand puppet, Pickstar. You know I have. I'll go get it. Okay, I'll go get my puppet. Just checking the comments coming in. Mina, what's your advice on managing multiple websites? Look, manage WP. You know, I tend to say manage WP if I'm honest. I'm just checking some of the comments. I think did someone say Wayne? Is there someone called Wayne on here? Because I just noticed. Oh, sorry. You mean? Oh, yeah. Okay. Have I any issues with FastPress? I've not had any issues with FastPress. But then again, D, I don't use the FastPress settings for images. I deactivate all of those, D. So if you're having any issues, deactivate the FastPress images. Right? Deactivate those settings. Because I don't use that. I use a code snippet to stop lazy loading or stop the lazy loading of one image. And then I use... yeah, that's about it. So if the FastPress is affecting it, I would stop it. Because it's not affecting me and the websites we're using it on at the moment. Yeah, I mean, look. When it comes to updates of your plugins, right? Let me just change my mic position. Disable auto updates for Elementor. And Elementor Pro. Elementor Pro doesn't even have it active anymore, but disable it. Just wait until... Yeah, what I would say, D, yeah, is if you're having any issues, right, when you get to the FastPress settings, in fact, I think I've got it on screen here. No, I haven't got it on screen. Let me just get it, open for you. websquadron.co.uk. Let me just get it open. I think that's the right address. Yeah. What was I talking about? My mind's gone blank now. What was I talking about? I can't remember what I was talking about now. I've got proper short-term memory loss at the moment. I feel like it's getting worse. Clients think they'll save on a care plan and come back next year for an update. Oh yeah, absolutely, Pavel. And you know what? You pre-warn them. You let them know. Look, if you don't get this done now, and there's a problem, and you come back later on and there's an issue, there'll be a cost, and the cost I have for that might be different to what I charge now, and that's just life, right? That's just like, thank you, M. Yep. Updates. Yep. So I always wait 1 week. When Elementor do an update, I wait 1 week. You know, when I do a video, like on the day there's an update to let you know about a new feature, I'm doing it on a test website. It's not my real website. I leave it for a week, okay? Don't go, yeah, let's update. Because number one, your theme might be out of sync. Your third-party add-ons might be out of sync, right? So watch out for that. Right, just want to quickly share with you, if I just move myself. I can't move myself. Why can't I move myself? What have I done? Well, that's weird. I can't move myself. Oh, no, there I can, yeah. Can you see over here, yeah? So these are my settings for fast press. On, off, off. Okay, I have found I don't need that one now. Off, off. And then images, off, off, off. Right? Images are all off, 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 off. And load scripts asynchronously is also off as well. Okay, so they're the settings I use, and it works really, really well for me at the moment. Images, just turn them all off. Someone asked a question. How to serve static assets with an efficient cache problem. Do you know what, Blake? If I'm really honest, yeah. I just go with the settings I got in the page speed video, and it tends to sort and fix a lot of that. But serve static assets with an efficient cache policy. I'm not even going to try to scientifically answer that one. Pass is what I'm going to say to that. Now, when it comes to snippets, right? So Jordan's asked a question. If you want to know my snippets, again, you need to go over to our PageSpeed 2023 video, and there are the snippets. You can see the snippets. In fact, I should be pointing that way. Remove Google font, ensure the web font is loaded, stop lazy load, remove unused JS, fix image widths and heights, remove Gutenberg CSS, purge the site. The purge the site is like this button over here. See this button here? That's the purge the site bit there. That's that. So I don't even have to have a separate plugin for purging. I don't need to pull in WP Fastest Cache or Lightspeed Cache or W3 Total Cache or anything like that at the moment. And yeah, Blake. you can sit there Googling it to the nth degree and you're going to get a different answer all the time, but someone here might be able to give you a better answer on that. If you want to know those code snippets, who asked the question? Jordan. You need to go to our YouTube channel. You need to go to our PageSpeed 2023 video. There will be a link to the page that contains all of those code snippets, and you will find something of interest. Hello, Mohit. How are you? I'm okay. Tell me more about you, Mohit. I think this is the first time we're speaking, unless you've changed your image. Are you a web designer, freelancer, agency, or something like that? So just reading the comments here. D, I'm also been trying to find a way to display a last updated timestamp in blog update. Ooh, not sure about that one, D. Last updated timestamp. Yeah, a bit of digging I think will be needed on that. Or post it in the Web Squadron Facebook group. Someone might jump in and have an answer for that. Yeah, look, Jordan, look, all I'm going to say, yeah, is there's many ways and many plugins you can use, okay? However, what I'm going to say to you, and just hold on a moment, okay, hold on. Just wait a moment. Wait just one moment. It's going to make sense why I'm telling you all to just wait a moment, okay? Because I'm about to release a video. And I was going to hold it off, but I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to release it now, right? So you can go and watch it. Basically, you can go and watch it. You know, I don't want you to leave the live chat. I want you to stay here. But if you want to leave it, or you want to know that this video is ready for you as soon as I cut out, it's basically the essential Plugins for 2023. What are my essential plugins for a WordPress website, an Elementor website, and a Bricks Builder website? What are my essential plugins? And that video has just gone live right now. It's just gone live. So if you want to go and watch it, be my guest. That video's just gone live. In fact, I've just got to check it is definitely live. I can't see my screen. Just check it's gone live. Yeah, the video's live. The video's live. There we go. So WordPress plugin 2023 has now gone live. There we go. On ads. Oh no, sorry. Let me go through the questions. Blake, I see you stop lazy loading. How do you then set individual images to be lazy loaded? So I've got a separate bit of code. I need to do a video on that, Blake. That video will be coming. But you can also, within Elementor and other bricks as well, set an image or a video to be lazy loaded. So sometimes you don't need it done for you all on the go. Is there an explanation of those code snippets on what they do and when and why to use them? Yeah, Arnad, it's called the Page Speed 2023 video. You need to go and watch the Page Speed 2023 video in our video channel because I talk about each one of those code snippets and why I've got them and why they're going to make your ass kick. I go through it all there. Hey, Artif. Menno, what's your advice for managing multiple websites? Yeah, I mean, again, Menno, I just sort of stop at manage WP. I don't really go further than that. So I would say that for me is pretty much okay. How you doing, though, Artifo? Things okay, my friend? Lazy loading. Okay, so look, WordPress automatically makes all of your images lazy load. So let's just say, right, you're on your mobile, right, and you got an image. The image might not load instantly. There might be a 1-2 second delay. Any split second delay affects your page speed performance. Desktop, mobile. It's worse on the mobile, right? Now, if there is a bit of a delay like that, you don't want that image lazy loaded. But WordPress automatically lazy load. You can remove the lazy load for one image or all of the images in one go. Okay, you can do that. You can remove it in one image or all of them. I currently share the code for all of them. I will be sharing the code and all of that in a video probably, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. We'll see, okay? I've got quite a lot of stuff I've got to do, right? Yep, cool. Yep, so the new video's just come out. Essential plugins. I wasn't going to do it until late last night. I sat there thinking. I did a video a year ago about essential and desirable plugins for 2022, right? And since then, as you now know, my page speed performance plugins are very different to what I was using last year compared to now. So I thought, let me just get a quick one out. It's not a long video, but we cover off what should you use for WordPress and Elementor and what should you use for Bricks Builder. There's not that much different, I'll be honest with you. It's not that different, but I don't want people to just think, oh, well, he's only covering Elementor. No, I'm also talking about Bricks Builder as well. Cool, so make sure you watch that. Get rich in free clicks. Hey, look, Gary, if I could do that, I'd be clicking away right now. Yes, love your life. If you used a clamp, and I tested it last night, if you stick that in for your image, well, no, okay, ooh, let me change it, my tone. When you have a different hero banner image for the desktop and the mobile, you might still need a different image because don't forget, you're going from a landscape to portrait. They are different, like, you know, cropping going on, right? So you would still need a separate image. However, if you've got an image which is 600 pixels wide, clamp, the video I did on, when I did do it, Saturday I think I did it, or whatever day it was, as your screen shrinks, the image will go like that, right? Like that. So that does work. Have I got a video on Manage WP? I have to be honest, I can't remember. I'm just going to quickly check. I honestly cannot remember if I've ever covered that. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Here you go. God, this is a really, 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 really old video, right? This is an old video, but I'm going to share it here, all right? This is a video taken in the very first place when I started recording videos. The sound is okay, camera quality okay, but yeah, I did cover it off. Wow, Artif, 150 services. Artif, you're offering a lot of services. Wow, this sounds a bit dodgy, whatever you're doing on that. What are you like? Are you like a drug courier or something? What are you selling there, Artif? What is DOM size? Well, look, everything on your page, right? Your header, your text, your image, your video, your divider, your navbar, your section, your container, your inner section, everything has to be rendered. DOM. Everything's got to be rendered, right? If you're not thinking carefully about how you build your website, you've got too much DOM. And then you'll notice that in your page speed insights where it says the size of your page, the number of DOMs and all of that. Okay? So, yeah. Hey, Andrew. How are you doing? Any new video coming on ChatGPT? Look, ChatGPT you can use to help you get content. So you get the content, you fine-tune the content, you work on the content. That's about as much as I can say about it. It is not going to help you build your website. It's going to help you to flesh out the wording, but that's about it. It might help you out with code snippets as well, but it's not going to build your website for you. So Lovely Life, you set your container to be 1120 and etc. etc. Using clamp for padding. Which one is in your opinion the more appropriate and good design standard? Oh, okay, right. That's a good question. Do you know something, right? Okay, if you think about it, right? If you've set your container to be 1120, and then you set the padding to be, let's just say you go with 10 pixel. It could even be 0 pixel. I don't know. Let's go with 10 pixel. Big screen. When you get to the mobile, you might now say, right, when we get down to this size, I want it to be 20 pixel or percentage. It's up to you, right? Padding. So then you use that calculator to get your value. So as you shrink, your margins will, you could go from very little margin to more margin as you shrink. And that's basically it. But the main thing is you got to test it out. Artif, blood test. See what I mean though, Artif? Blood test, heroin, addicts, drugs. Artif, you may try and change the wording and say we offer health services. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they call it now, right? What kind of services do you offer? Hey, sell us your kidney and we'll give you like a tenner. Come over here, and then the next thing they wake up and they're missing all their body parts. That's what you call it, right? Health services, blood test. The shame of it. The shame. They think they're having a blood pressure test and then they wake up, whoa, in another place. Oh, dear. Look, exactly, Pixar. ChatGPT is just a tool, okay? It's a tool. It's like Midjourney. It's like Canva. It's like Photoshop. It's like Manage WP. It's like so many things out there. Even Elemental. Even Bricks Builder, right? You're still going to need us to build it out for you, right? Okay, so, social media platforms, Publer, all of this stuff, you still need someone to create, right? There will be AI out there that create a website. Oh, I want this, I want that, and here's my images and logo, and it gives you something. You're still going to need someone who has to then go in with their seedy fingers and start touching it. You're still going to need that. To be honest, D, I don't think you can. If you are selective over your code snippets, I think you're okay. but you got to be a bit selective. By the way, Matt, I saw your name come in earlier. I've just waited to get a moment where I can say hi to you. Hope you've been okay. Hope your family get better, and I hope you pick yourself up and get back onto, board with what you're doing. Oh, Andrew has got a wee acting stint. What is it, a porn movie? What is this, Friday this week, Friday next week, Wednesday the week after? Is that the name of the person or the day of the week, Andrew? Who are you with? Fry, is that her name? Like, is it Friday? Frida? What other names begin with Fry? Fry could be a name as well, right? These days, who knows what names are? Wow, Andrew, you got a weak acting stint coming up. I bet you have, my friend. I bet you have. You better hope your wife's not there right now with her frying pan. What is the best practice for a section with background image? Part of the image match the text color. Fine on desktop, but as screen size decreases, it becomes an issue. Well, you might want to swap the image out. You might have a different image. We have a video on responsive images. Go to our video channel, do a search for responsive images. There's 3 ways you could do it. You could do it with a bit of code. So you might say, when the resolution is that much, use this image. When it gets to this big, use this image. When it gets this big, use this image, or something like that. And you can swap them out. But sometimes you have to then rethink, is it the right image? Should the wording be there? Should the wording be there? Right? Hey, our team, OnlyFans could be considered a health service. Yeah, do you know what, though? You could set that up, right? You could set it up and you could say, right, all of you now pay to watch the queue for the ambulances. God. Or the A&E waiting room. Ooh, what have they come in with? Ooh, look at that person. He's got an ingrowing toenail, Atif. Ooh, I can see the nail. Ooh. Pigstar's probably eating right now. All right, Mohit, how can I reduce the DOM size? Really, really simple, mate. Really simple, Mohit. You re-explore what you're building. Look at what you're building. Does it have to be so crazy? Does your page breathe? Too many images? Inner section, inner section, inner section. What have you got going on? It's a very subjective answer. It's a bit like someone saying to me, how do I lose weight? Well, we'd have to kind of go through your entire regime of what you eat, what you do in the day, sit on your arse, get off your arse. What you do? We'd have to re-explore everything. Visual. Gary kind of gives you the answer. Outlander. Didn't you do Outlander before, Andrew? Didn't you do it before? No, Matt, a lot of people have had that. They've been down for 3 or 4 days, or, quite a few people have had that. But didn't you do Outlander before, Andrew? And isn't that kind of like a historical porn show? Oh dear. We do attract them, don't we, on here? We do attract them for all the wrong reasons. How many colours do you think is best for creating a palette? Mate, you want to have, what is the dominant colour? And then what is, say, the highlight colour? And then you want to flex between them. When you have a highlight colour, you only maybe need maybe just a highlight colour, an accent colour. The dominant colour, then you want to flesh it out a bit. And Canva is a really good tool for looking at that. And when it comes to colour palette, colorpalettes.net, okay, go to colorpalettes.net and I'll show you. I can see questions coming in, just give me a moment. Right, let me just share this page. Right, so here we go. Let me get rid of my ugly face. No, wrong screen. What have I done? That's the wrong screen. Right, let me just get rid of my face. Oh, here. See, I'm getting it all wrong. All of this stress you guys give me. Right, colorpalettes.net, okay? Look at this page, right? I'm going to go in and say, okay, I want turquoise, right? I'm going to go and pick in turquoisey color. Look, it starts to give me colors. Not completely turquoise, but it's giving me ideas with that color, okay? Or roughly blue or whatever. And if I like this image, the blue is like about what? 15-20% of the image, but the rest of the image is kind of neutrally in a way. So it gives me an idea of the palette. Or I might go over here and say, I want my website to be pink and a bit of white, like that. We pick those two colors up. And then I start to go through and go, okay, what has it got for me that kind of like, look, I might go, oh, I like this. I didn't think of green. Okay, we'll have green as the accent color, the button color. And I get an idea for how much white I need and how much pink I need. What is the proportion of the range of colors we're getting here? And I could share this image with a client and go, what do you like? Do you like, forget the image, but look at the range of colors and how it's been adapted and something like that. Not adapted, laid out. I hope that made sense. Yeah, take care, Jason. One of my thoughts about Shortcut, I still feel like it needs a bit more development. I don't think it's all there yet. I still feel like it needs fleshing out. Yeah, so Wayne has just sent an image, and I'm very quick. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly just answer some comments before I go on. What's my next milestone for subscribers? Well, we want to hit 20,000. We want to hit 20,000 before the end of March. Can we hit 20,000 before the end of March? That's the big one. Can we? Do I use child themes? No, I use code snippets. Sol Esperanza, I use code snippets. I prefer to be safe. Wow, hey Melissa, you're on fire here. You got Canva for Pro. Nice one. Nice one. Right, so No Code Creative has just shared his site, and I'm going to put it on screen. Okay, so others can hold on a moment. Let me just get myself into focus. Right, okay, so it's just at the minute it's just a hero banner. There's just a hero banner. Wayne Simpson, yeah, that kind of... I do think this is too big. This is way too big, I think. I don't think this needs to be that big. I think you can get away with this only being like... You know, that's a bit... you know, I would go with something like that. Like 70 pixels. It just feels too big to me. It just feels big. A bit too big. The wording, I would move over more to the left as well. The wording is overpowering that. They're not in line, they're not in the middle, and also they're too spaced out. I feel like it's too spaced out a bit there. Gold standard low-code application development. That doesn't really make sense, if I'm really honest. So when I look at this, right... I thought you were a Bitcoin website. I thought you were a finance website, an accountant. That's what I thought. And now I'm reading it. Okay. Now that I'm reading it, that doesn't make sense to me. So gold standard. So I would say like gold standard. What does that even mean? Don't mean to be rude here, okay? So don't take this personally. But gold standard. What does that mean? This, you know, it doesn't really speak, it doesn't really say website design to me. Low code application development and design. That's not really what I call a problem solving. That is your subheader. That is your subheader, right? You know, yeah, actually, Melissa makes a good point. I agree with you, Melissa. I like to put the ampersand as well. This should be your subheader, low-code application design, right? That's your subheader, right? I'm a freelance designer. You don't need to say that. You don't need to say. So if I just look, let's just go over here, right? Okay, I'm a freelance developer. You don't need to say that. Low code, you've already told us that. So that entire line can go. That can go. I work closely with clients to create custom ease that drive. No. Now look, here's what you could do as your header. Here's your header. Driving, not drive, driving productivity and and customer conversion, client conversion, driving productivity and customer conversion. There's your hook, right? You're telling me you're going to drive productivity and customer conversion. Then as your subheader, you say low-code application development and design, right? You don't need all of this here. You don't need, all of this here. This is your about. This is your about. This is about. This is all you're about. You can ditch all of that. This is your about here. So I would rethink your wording. I would rethink what you're doing there. And that's what we're going to say about that. There we go. Might have felt harsh, but I just feel like as a hook, it was unbalanced. It was unbalanced, and you're telling us stuff about you, which, just needs to be reworked. Very good point by Pickstar. Low can be associated with something negative. You're right. You're right, Pickstar. You are right. It's like if someone says, hey, what's your stamina? And you go low. That's not going to help you with dating, relationships. Trust me. Endurance must be high. Stamina must be high. Canva Pro must be high. Yeah. But yeah, I would rethink that, mate. Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, no code dev, it's not a big problem, because what you got to remember is, what is your main driver? What are you hooking them in with? If they then click on your button and go to the services page, that's when you can break down that you also do mobile apps, app development. There might be some IT services as well. Then you can do it. The key thing is, though, is the hook. So let me give you a bit of an analogy, right? Analogies always go well. I'm good with analogies, aren't I? You know when you're walking, like when you go to like a shopping area, right? And there's like a shopping park, right? And there's loads of massive shops, right? There might be a shop, right, where in the window they're showing off their new sofas. And sofas and shelving units, and there's a light, there's a fancy light, there's a nice shelf unit, and there's a nice sofa with lovely cushions and all of that, right? And you see it, you're hooked. You go in. Guess what? That shop doesn't just do shelves, lamp, sofa, cushions. They do beds, they do rugs, they do kitchen units, they do loads of fancy stuff. Dining tables, chairs, they do loads of stuff. But guess what? In the window, they didn't put everything in the window. They didn't overload it, right? They didn't overload it with, let's cram everything into our window. What they did was just say, what can we do to say, here's our latest stuff, our latest season trend. It's like shops. They'll have like 3 or 4 mannequins. They're wearing the fanciest, nicest clothes of the season right now. You know, keeping with the trend. What's the colour of the season now? They go with that. And then you go in. And then there's other stuff. Like, you go in and there's like loads of shoes and scarves. None of the mannequins had a scarf on. No way! They've got scarves! Dad, get down here! They do scarves! You know, stuff like that. But what is the hook? So combining isn't... Whoops. I hit my microphone. Combining isn't the be-all and the end-all, right? It's even like a house. You know when you're searching for houses, right? Some of them show you maybe an image with 2 other little images. Some do that, but most just show you the front of the house. There might be 20, 30, 50 images inside to lure you in even more, right? To get you to go, yeah, this is what you're going to get. But the front of the house. How many times have you seen the front of a house when you're looking at houses, if you do that, and you see one and it is so drop dead ugly, you don't go anywhere, you don't go in. But for all you know, that house has probably got a swimming pool inside. It's probably got the fanciest, like, kitted out furniture, polished, everything is wow. You would not need to spend a penny. You might need to spend about 10 grand on the outside, but you didn't know that. In fact, I can tell you now, if a house looks good on the outside, you know, you go, wow, I really like that. I don't care if I've got to spend 20, 30 grand inside to make it good. Well, I would care because it's money, but you would do that. But how many times have we overlooked a house? Oh, not going there. And for all you knew, it was probably amazing, you know, low carbon, you know, energy efficient, everything. Right? Yeah. Right. Nice one, Matt. You've been flooded with work. I've just seen that. 4 to 5 projects per month. Hey, look, this means, right, this is good for you, Matt. And this is what you got to do. You build your profile. You keep getting busy. All right. You just keep rolling with it, mate. You just keep rolling with it. You got it? You just keep doing that. They even do frying. So I was trying to work out why are we talking about frying pans still, and now I can see that. Sometimes you have to pan out or get a pan. Panoramic view. I didn't read that right. Very good, John. And how are you all doing, by the way? I haven't really asked all of you how you're doing. Matt, you were ill, but you seem okay now. Melissa, how are you? John, how are you? Richard, how are you? Andrew, how are you? Jean, how are you? Pixar, how are you? How are you all? Tell me how you are. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? Are you feeling hyped up? Are you feeling good? Or, do you know what? Forget work. How are you feeling generally? How are you feeling generally? How are you feeling generally? And do you know something? I'm going to be really, really controversial now, right? I'm going to be shit-ass, kick-ass controversial now, right? D says first impressions. And you know what? That is the goddamn truth. Well, it's the damn truth, right? Do you know how many times when I used to work in an office, right? A lot of people would say to me, looks don't matter. It's more about the personality. Looks don't matter. You know when you're like in relationships or, you know, you have a crush on someone or whatever, looks don't matter. It's about the personality. I don't know about you, but the looks do matter a little bit because you probably wouldn't have had a crush or an inkling in the first place if it was not, you know. I'm tired, early start. Oh, by the way, Mark, you're going to notice, right, in our business account, money came out and money went back in because it was money was paid from the wrong PayPal account and then that money was replaced back. So you might notice money go out and money come in, all right. It balances off, though. Jordan's got coffee pumping through his veins. Nice one, Matt. Well, look, you know what, Matt? You just keep going. Keep rolling with it, okay? It's what you've got to do. Gene, can't smile wide. Nice one. Melissa's busy, frying pan. Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, Melissa. I'm doing fine. I'm feeling good. Actually, I've got a very, very busy day. So we're about to create, or we're creating our new super course. And it is going to be very affordable before anyone starts jumping up and down, okay? It is going to be very, very affordable. Trust me. But we're just scoping out and starting to put all the pieces together. And it's going to be different to how we've done stuff before, but got quite a busy time period coming up. And of course, we've got the Elemental roadmap in just over 3 hours' time. I'm not going to say who says that extreme hip hop, but I can tell you now, okay? I'm going to tell you now. Every time someone used to say to me, oh, looks don't matter, it's all about the personality, I would be like, yeah, okay. Hey, I'm really sorry. Looks do play a part of it. It's the way our brains operate, the way we think, what attracts us sometimes, to the shop, to the car, to the food. To the food, right? If that doner kebab looks like it came out your ass, I'm not eating it. But if that doner kebab looks like it was cut delicately, you know, carved with precision, placed in the tray with a little bit of green chili, Take it in. Oh, then I might have it, right? Hey, Pickstar. Well, we might have a separate module right at the end that says, "Hey, now you've completed this course. Get out there and claim Uranus. Claim it." Hey, do you know what? I've been really lazy, John. I have to be honest. I don't know about you, but I'm getting lazier in the morning with trimming. I'm a bit like, I can't be bothered to trim. Right, so here's how I decide if I'm going to trim. Have I got a get together coming up where I want to look good? No. Have I got a very, very, very important meeting? No. And that's it. That's it, really. If I'm not going out to an event and it's not a very important meeting, separate things, so unless I have a really important meeting coming up anytime soon, I'm just going to grow out, right? I might even have to get a separate webcam just so that you can focus on the hair. Galaxy chocolate. Oh, yeah, do you know what? My son loves my protein bars. Like, I have like 2 big boxes of Nature Valley protein bars, and sometimes my son dips into them without me knowing, and I do say to him, "Oi, stop it, get away, they're mine, they cost money." Until you're earning and you can afford to contribute to my Nature Valley protein bar stash, get your grubby hands out of there. I do give him one. You know, he goes, "Dad, I'm hungry," and I go, "Flipping heck, here's a protein bar." Just lob it at him. Go on, just stick that into your belly button. Hey, I know, I mean, look, you know what? After this live chat, I'm going to be cracking on with stuff, but I'm going to jump on the bike. And that's another way of how I kind of don't have to keep putting the heating on. I'm working while on the bike. I might only do 30 minutes or 40 minutes. 1 hour if I'm feeling really good. But 30, 40 minutes, I feel warmed up. I feel the same. Do you know what I mean? Does she eat them though, Mark? Does she eat the grenade bar? Do you know what, Mark? I don't know about you, but I found that the grenade bars, for me, they're practically similar to Nature Valley protein bars, but I found the grenade bars more chewy, whereas the protein bars, because it's like there's like a bit of a chocolate underlayer, well, at the bottom, then you got your protein and all of that, the peanuts and all that. I did say the word peanuts. I always have to clarify this because Pickstar's listening. Peanuts, right? I found the grenade bars a bit chewy, and I don't know why. I don't know how you feel about them. But yeah, so I'm going to jump on the bike. Matt, you shave Monday to Friday. Yeah, I mean, I don't ever clean shave. I don't think Mark's ever seen me clean shaven. I don't clean shave. I stopped clean shaving about 12 years ago, because I found if I clean shaved, and even with aftershave, I found my skin was quite sensitive. So now I'll just completely trim down the stubble to like as close to the skin as I can get. I mean, I probably have about 2 protein bars. So in the morning, I don't really have breakfast, but here's what my routine is. I'll have half a protein bar in the morning because I do a bit of a workout in the morning. Then I finish the other half right before the live chat. So from the point of waking up to now, I've had a Pepsi Max bottle, one of these, and a protein bar, but I've stretched it out, not all in one go. And then after the live chat, I'll go and eat some chicken pieces, so it's mainly protein. And then later on in the day, after I pick my son up, we'll have our evening meal, and I'm careful what I eat. Then if I get peckish later on, I have a protein bar, and he has a protein bar as well. Yeah, I've got a Philips electric shaver as well. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, what are we talking about here, people? What the hell's going on with WordPress, right? We got a big roadmap later on with Elementor, which is going to be exciting. And we're talking about protein bars and shaving and how looks do matter. But yeah, it's like, it's when you're a parent, okay, and you're having to worry about, your kids, have they washed and whatever, or showered, or brushed their teeth, got changed, breakfast, all of that, then drop them off at school. Stood there, right, in front of the mirror going, shaving becomes a real chore. And in fact, I do quite... How bearded is your WordPress? That's a very personal question, Pigstar. Okay, it's a very personal question. No, but, and that's why when I trim with my electric trimmer, it's very like, I try to get it all done within 5 minutes, and that's it. I want to be done. Showered, got ready, all of that. I do like working. I mean, I know Mark works out in the morning, and Mark used to go for a lot of running. Mark didn't used to run like 5 or 6 miles in the morning. Was it 5 or kilometers or miles? But I will do about 10, 15, depends on how I'm feeling, but roughly 15 minutes. Bit of cardio, HIIT, HIIT. And then I'll do the weights. And then I'll do about 150. When I do sit-ups, I have to be careful because of my back. My back really caves in. So I can't do I've got a water bottle behind my back there. That also keeps me warm. Okay, you've got a water bottle behind me. I don't do your normal sit-ups anymore. So what I do is you lie back, right? And I'm going to try and do this while sat on my chair. Okay, so I can't do it on my chair. I can't do this on my chair, but stay with me, right? It's where you kind of you're kind of moving, right? But you're lying down, and as you kind of, but you're lying down, right? And I'm not doing it properly, but you're rotating towards opposite elbow to the opposite knee in a way, but you're doing that. And I do 100, and it starts to hurt when I hit 70, and then I have a 40-second break just lying there, and then I do another 50. But Mark, 5 miles a day. There we go. So No Code Center goes to the Turkish barber to sort my hairy face out. Sorry, a bit late to read that. Okay, everyone, we are now on the 2-minute warning. All right, 2-minute warning. Sorry, Mark. Do you know what? I forgot. I used to do quite a bit of running, but my problem is my knee, this knee here. Every now and again, I feel it kind of going, and I have to then do lots of little exercises to make it feel good, and it's a pain when going up down the steps. So I don't do any running. It's impact, basically, impact. And that's probably what you've got with the hip and knee. So now I, basically the bike. I mean, that for me, Mark, I mean, I get my walking in when I take my son to school. So in total, half an hour going and back. I pick him up after school, half an hour going and back. Sometimes I take the long way back. So it takes an hour. So that's a good walk. But I always try and get in roughly 40 minutes in the morning. So before I went live, I was on my bike doing 45 minutes. I'm going to go do another 45 minutes while I'm working. So that's an hour and a half? Plus a 1 hour walk, half an hour in the morning, half an hour back. So, if you can stay active, you can do, all right? It's not always easy, but when you're sat at a desk, right, drinking, eating, it catches up on you. And the older you get, it proper catches up on you, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, look, I'm going to say goodbye now, all right? You take care, Matt. All right, everyone. Yeah. Okay, look, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't forget, I'll probably catch up with a lot of you on the Elementor chat or however it's done in 3 hours' time. The roadmap. Let's see what we get. Exciting times. And please do watch the video we just put out. about the Essential WordPress Plugins 2023. Please let your entire friends and family know, everyone, even someone who doesn't watch YouTube. Just send them the video, all right? All right, take it care. Take it care.